All right, guys, welcome out here. My name is Voxday. I got my boy Nisel behind the scenes doing the observing, and we're going to be watching some of the MDL playoffs for season 28. This is the number 2 seed FYB versus Vision Gaming number 7. We're going to get things started right away on Nuke with Vision Gaming over on the T side. Looking at FYB, they're having most of their players stacked over towards the A side, although there goes GMD down towards Secret, keeping an eye on outside. VSG working their way down towards Secret. Marky's going to open things up all the way up from heaven. Gets a good headshot onto Caboose. Things are going to slow down for Vision at the moment. Haven't really committed just yet, but Win is going to find 2 actually on the A bomb site, and that's the site lost. They do know one should still be in heaven. AZK is going to find one. That's Win down, but the bomb gets planted in the meantime. Floppy finding one more towards the lobby is coming up vent. GMD gets another. And now we're left in the 2v2. AZK tagged low. One shot from the Glock should take him down, and there's Spongy with the headshot onto GMD. AZK, kind of an awkward, jumps right down behind Spongy. Gets killed with the headshot, so Vision Gaming taking that opening round. Look kind of scary when they're working out towards outside, towards Secret, and weren't able to find anything right off the bat. Especially with Marky finding that opening headshot, but still able to recover off of Win, getting some nice shots down in the A-bomb site. 3 AKs bought, a scout for Land Hero, and a UMP for Caboose. As Win is going to be up on top of the marshmallow, peering down. For FYB, however, they haven't really committed too much down into B at the moment. Hunter's going to be playing outside along with Swag and GMD, all keeping an eye on this angle. There's a scout for GMD. We'll see if that comes into play, that one-shot potential, as well as Swag on the Deagle up in heaven. But there goes Hunter. Caboose gets one from the garage. GMD in the lockers with that scout. Hasn't really found an angle, but Marky's going to find one with the CZ. Jumping down from Mini, Marky's going to find a second. GMD with another. So Spongy does get another frag in the favor of Vision, but it's a 3v2. Health not great for GMD on the scout, and there's 2 AKs left. Floppy is going to find one. That's Swag down left in the 2v2. A-bomb site is open, although AZK is starting to work his way over towards Hut, and there goes Spongy finding GMD from outside. AZK is going to get the pick. They're going to know Spongy's position, but he's better with the AK. A close round, but Vision Gaming do manage to take it. They do lose 2 AKs in the process, which isn't great in terms of their money, but considering FYB are just going to be on pistols for this round, it shouldn't matter too much. Mac 10's coming out, UMP, and then Spongy carrying over that AK. We'll see how FYB choose to play this round. They haven't really committed any towards B in these opening 2. So it looks like another stack towards A, and Vision Gaming just going to walk right around them, just walking fast down ramp, not sensing any pressure from FYB. So bomb should go down momentarily. The longer path for FYB to get down here. Floppy's going to find one. More fights going down. He's going to get a second. That's $1,200 in the bank for him as he's going to fall. Floppy gets 4 in the round with that Mac 10. He'll say thank you very much, puts $2,400 in his pocket. And we'll see what Vision Gaming choose to do here. If they're going to keep these SMGs, maybe invest a little bit. Land Hero, the player that went down, is going to get the AK, but otherwise, SMGs carried over. For FYB, one from Moss for Swag, but otherwise M4s and an AWP for Hunter, the only one on the battlefield at the moment. He's going to be plastered over towards Outer, but not finding anything that way. Another fast play towards ramp. GMD only gets 1 before falling to Floppy. That's Floppy's 5th kill already in 2 rounds. Actually leading the way 7-2 right now for Vision. Gets another. Floppy with 8. And this Mac 10 is wreaking havoc on the ranks of FYB. They are just not looking good so far on Nuke. Swag and AZK working the way over towards the vent side. Actually, Hunter's there too. AZK does get the kill onto Floppy, so the top fragger down. 3v3 on the retake. No kit on the remaining players. Could be one available to them, but I don't think there's going to be a dead body for them to pick it up. So they got to go quickly towards that site. Spongy going to be over towards the boxes. Win over by ramp, but Land Hero is going to open things up. AZK down, and this is going to be the save for FYB. Vision might be on the hunt. We'll see if Spongy not really running too fast. Land Hero and Spongy on the chase, but not going to find anything off of it. So Vision do put their 4th round on the board. Some weapons carried over for FYB, but really not too much to speak for in these first 4 rounds. AK's still being purchased. Win is going to be the only one carrying over that Mac 10. So, I mean, Floppy has done some work for it with it. We'll see if Win can carry the torch. That op is one of the weapons carried over, so that could be a big play, but Swag's actually going to open things up with a kill over towards Secret. Land Hero is down, but FYB have already made their way down into lower. Swag with another second of the round before getting traded out by Win. Marky holding in vent, looking to see if there's going to be any aggression as GMD goes down. Marky does get one. Spongy finds AZK opening the double doors as Marky finds a second in the round. So it's just Floppy left in a 1v2. Marky has weapons to recover. We'll take a look at Floppy at the moment, working his way down ramp into the B bomb site. Has an angle where Marky wants to peek, but baits the shot out. So now Floppy's position is burned. Opens up the doors. That's where the bomb is. Finds the first onto Hunter. Can he get the second? He does. Floppy with both. Wins the 1v2. And FYB just can't find any luck in this one. Vision Gaming looked too strong. And that money is just ballooning for them too. Everyone but Caboose was towards those 5-digit numbers. Land Hero dropped over the op. And FYB, they do invest in the double op, AZK and Hunter. Hunter was playing towards outside last time with the op. We'll see if he chooses to do the same. He does. Land Hero versus Hunter. But it doesn't look like either wants to take the direct fight down range. Caboose up on the Marshmallow. Gets spotted out by Hunter, but doesn't find anything on frag. Land Hero now working his way closer towards the red crate. But Vision haven't really committed one way or the other just yet. Just seeing if they can get the opening pick out, or they've been so good at finding these opening frags. Part of the reason they're up 5-0. But GMD gonna be playing down towards B. Otherwise, again, FYB really holding their focus on the A bomb site. And Vision start to work their way through Trophy down onto ramp. GMD is there, going to toss a flashbang down and escape. Calling over rotations. Here's Hunter over towards Hell. Takes one shot with the op, backs off after getting flashed. GMD finds one, but immediately traded out by Spongy. 4v4, and the B bomb site is currently open for the taking. Actually, no, Swag working his way through Decon. As another quick trade comes in, Caboose and AZK. And now Vision Gaming slow down yet again, 25 seconds. They have to commit to one bomb site or the other at this point. And it looks like it's going to be AZK finding another frag with that op, finds two in Hut. Land Hero does find the shot with the op, but now it's just him alone, and FYB finally put a round up on the board, 5-1. Both ops managed to be carried over. Swag picked it up, drops it over to AZK. Still, the money not amazing for FYB. They have to make a sacrifice, and Marky's going to pick up the Mag 7. But of course, on Nuke, we've seen this before from a lot of the top-tier teams. Maybe using an auto shotty up on top of Hut. Maybe not enough money, or wanted to get the nades to afford that. Goes with the Mag. But that player up on top of A can do some work with the shotgun. Timeout did get called. Don't know exactly which team it was for. Wouldn't be surprised if it was FYB. Talk things out after getting one round. Of course, reset potential is huge here. And for Vision Gaming, I mean, their money has really run out. The fact that they lost 4 players in the last round they won, and of course lost all 5 in the loss. So money isn't great for them. So this could be a pivotal this could be a pivotal round, I'm looking to say, as we get into this one. But Swag caught off guard in mini. Win is going to get the initial frag. AZK is going to find one. Marky finds nothing. AZK with the second up in heaven. Can he find another? Spongy's going to find GMD. Only 18 HP. AZK with his third in the round, but he'd need the ace at this point to clutch it out. Bomb gets planted. AZK 22 HP. Oh, looking for the angle, but Floppy takes him out, and Vision get that reset. FYB down in the dumps, and keep in mind, Nuke, despite the new nuke, I don't know what the nicest way to say that, it is still a very CT-sided map. So Vision already on 6 and have a good chance at this point to make it 8 with the force down for FYB, and if they can't convert that, will be the full eco, full save. I have the stack over towards ramp. GMD finds one, he finds two. Both get traded out. But those are weapons lost, and it's a chance for FYB. I'm going to know the position of the remaining 3 Vision members, as Swag with the CZ going to be playing close. Do Vision double peek? Swag going to be looking the right way. There's so many variables that come into this one. He turns the corner, finds the first on a Floppy. Wasn't expecting Spongy to come from the other way. Still a 2v2, but now the range becomes an issue. These AKs can work well from ramp, and it's actually going to be... Which player is that? It's going to be Marky with that MAC-10, finding Spongy from ramp. And just like that, it's a 2v1. Marky tosses the nade down. 25 damage. Gets him tagged down to 15 now. Hunter, one straight bullet from the CZ can do this. 45 seconds left in the round. Land Hero has the entire map available to him, and he wants to go over towards A. He's going to get the bomb down. Hunter, right now, kept at bay with that Molotov. And it's just going to be a timing thing. You know, is Land Hero going to be watching... He's watching from vent, but Hunter's already up. He's not looking the right way. Neither have spotted the other. And Hunter, oh, he can't find the frag. Land Hero clutches it out, and such an awkward little fight happened. I said maybe lack thereof. Neither spotting each other as the smoke became a huge factor, but they noticed each other at the same time, and the AK proved to be stronger in that scenario. But still, FYB, 3 USPs, a couple of CZs, GMD able to afford some armor in on this one as well. Quinn gonna carry over a MAC-10, or sorry, pick up a MAC-10. See if he can farm some fat cash against the unarmored opponents. Vision Gaming. Don't want to react too fast. Don't want to have a quick round. Caboose, though, and Spongy each getting headshots. And I like to play. Sometimes I think, you know you're going up against a weak buy. You might want to rush onto a site or something like that. You can get caught off guard with maybe a stack somewhere. So they slow down. They see if they can find any picks. They do find 2. Find another on the bomb site. AZK is going to fall from behind. That's just Marky left alive. From vent, going to find 1, but... That's his position burned, and speaking of burning, the Molotov is going to go down that way. Marky could try to save this AK. They are going to be buying in the next, so one school of thought is why bother saving the weapon if you're going to be buying anyway. But, at the same time, how much are you expecting to do in a 1v4? Are you trying to limit the economy, go for exit frags? A lot of different ways this can be played. Marky is going to find 1, Land Hero down. As the rest of Vision Gaming start to condense onto his position. Win gets pre-fired. He goes down, but Floppy is going to find the frag. So three members down for Vision Gaming. Keeps them honest, but really, you're putting 3 rounds on the board. You're winning 8 of 9. I don't think you're sweating economy too much. And again, not the best buy for FYB in terms of the fact that, Swag only a FAMAS. He definitely could have purchased the AK, but chose to go for head armor, get the incendiary, go for the utility. And Floppy's going to open things up. Land Hero and Caboose. 3 are going to fall. Ready for the FYB side. Such a quick round, and Vision have been so good with this change of pace. Hunter down as well. And now, what do you do if you're GMD? Do you save the weapon? You're going to be picking up 4-round loss bonus in this one. $3,400 in your pocket. That's really not enough for a great buy. GMD is going to put 300 on the board for him. But his position is known, playing out towards garage. Caboose is going to be the next one to challenge. But GMD not choosing to peek any angles. Just going to hold close here towards the corner as the 3 members from Vision start to work onto a position, but Spongy's going to find the headshot. So now it's really hard to find a way FYB can claw their way back into this one. I mean, you would have to find the remaining 5 rounds just to feel like you were even relevant in this half. I mean, 10-5 wouldn't be too bad as well, but I don't know. Things are really looking dicey for the FYB side. Keep in mind, you know, they're coming in here as the higher seeded team. You know, Vision Gaming underdogs in this one. Caboose got tagged down to 9 HP already. I didn't exactly see to what. Someone may be working from range, but see if that comes into play. It should be an easy frag for any of the pistols on the FYB side. Caboose is going to be well removed from the fray, however, up towards Mini as Floppy finds the first frag onto GMD. But Land Hero is also tagged down to 4, so there are frags to be found by FYB. They just got to put themselves in a position to find them. Swag's working his way over towards Mini, chooses to die another way. It's going to go up towards Heaven, but Spongy is keeping an eye on that flank route. And now I think FYB just keeping an eye out for exit frag. Spongy, Swag tries to pounce on his position. He gets picked up regardless. And I think Land Hero and Caboose will probably survive despite 13 HP combined for the 2 players. And FYB, I guess, just saving over for no other reason but to keep these pistols. I guess, again, you have 2 options. You charge in like an idiot and get something. There's Spongy finding or going down to Hunter. Marky trying to get something done, but Quinn is going to find that frag. Hunter does carry over an AK, and that could be good. Still, it's going to be the only thing they managed to carry over. GMD is going to pick it up. Take a quick look at the frag. Swag and Hunter only on 3 each. AZK leading the pack over on FYB with 10. Meanwhile, on Vision Gaming, you have Floppy and Spongy on 16 and 14. So both players completely out fragging everyone from FYB, and it's not hard to imagine why, considering the 10-1 scoreline. Still, if FYB want to put something together, it has to start now. You can't afford to go down yet another round, have to eco or force again. I mean, you lose this round, you're forcing till the end of the half. And that's not a great position to be, regardless of the situation. Vision Gaming, again, going for the slow round. This change of pace has been great for them so far. Every time they pick up the pace, FYB are caught off guard, and these slower rounds allow them to gather a lot of information. And it's going to be Vision looking towards the A site, using some utility that way. Still have tons to use as well. Meanwhile, in FYB, there's not much to speak of, and that's because their economy has not been in the best position. Marky's going to drop down. That's bomb drop, and Land Hero spotted. Floppy's going to go for another engagement, but Marky's going to get blindsided. Win, Spongy, Caboose, all finding frags immediately. Caboose with a second. GMD is going to find the only other one for FYB, and just like that, AZK locked out of the round. It's a 1v3 op retake on A. Is this even doable? Do you even try? And I don't think AZK is in the camp of trying. He's going to save all the way back towards T-spawn, but Vision Gaming continuing their utter dominance of this map. Now, I don't know for sure. I bet I could find the veto information online, but kind of want to stay focused on the game. But with FYB starting off on the CT side, I'd have to imagine this was Vision's map pick. And FYB chose to go for the more favorable side. So I guess if you're a Swag fan, if you're an AZK fan, or anyone else from FYB, I don't want to limit their fans to just those two players. I guess you can take solace in the fact that there's still another map to be played. This is a best-of-3 series, and it's not over. It's not over just yet. This map might be over. All right, let's stay in. Let's be real here. I don't think this map is going to be out of Vision's grasp. It is going to be kind of a mismatch buy for FYB. A CZ for Hunter, Mag 7 again from Marky. ACK does open things up. So opening pick in the favor of FYB. Everyone else here over towards Mini. AZK with the second, Marky with another. And Floppy's going to find one. He's going to find a second too, just like that. Things starting to even out. 3v2, Floppy with another, third in the round. And for FYB, they have to be kicking themselves. They find 3 opening picks, and Floppy turns it back into a 2v2. I finally got a reason to get excited for FYB in this map. And just like that, Floppy slapped me in the face. He said, "No, sir." But now, what is Vision's play? They start to work their way towards Hell. Marky and Swag still hanging out over towards the A site. When do they split up? When do they think, okay, we should have one hang out B, one hang out A, but they're just clearing areas of the map. The problem is they're on completely opposite sides of the map. Vision, the bomb is working its way up towards Heaven from outer. And Marky is going to be holding over towards Hut. Swag makes his way towards B. So now it's a 1v2 on the A bomb site. Will noise be made from Vision as they drop down? That's a yes. Now Marky, he's got the call. Swag's got to rotate. Bomb's going to go down. There's no way to stop that. But Swag does have a kit, so there's time to be played here. Floppy up towards Heaven, Win making his way over towards the dark corner. As Marky still in Hut, thinking about walking out, but Win's got an angle on this. Molotov goes down behind the pit, behind the bomb site. Win is stuck in the molly. He's going to go down. And now Floppy's position is known. Floppy with 1. That's 4 in the round. Can he get the ace? No, Swag's going to get the kill. He does have a kit. Does he have time? It's going to come down to the wire, and the bomb gets the fuse. You heard the high-pitched sound. It was so close. FYB put their second on the board, and something to cheer about finally on their side. But Vision Gaming, not even sweating it. Up 11-2, plenty of money to buy. In fact, they can buy down for the remainder of the half. It's only 2 rounds. For FYB, they get everything that you could ask for really in this round. Maybe not as much utility for Marky, but still, double op, 3 M4s, and immediately a lot of utility being used to try to take control of outer, but no one is there for Vision. AZK and GMD find 2 over towards ramp. Caboose does trade out GMD. AZK with another. He has been huge in this map so far, but Spongy is going to chase him down. Spongy with a second. And that's Swag who falls. The B bomb site is open, but Marky behind from ramp finds the kill on Caboose. Too slow to work his way towards B. Bomb is going to get planted. And Spongy left in the 1v2. He'll need 4 to clutch out this round. He's going to go towards Decon and wrap over towards the stairs. Now reposition towards the double doors. They're already open. Molotov on the bomb. Not going to find anything. Marky's going to close the doors. Smoke down on the site. The door gets opened, but no one turns around, and Spongy gets both. He gets the kill through smoke. Oh, it's a hard life right now. And if you have money on FYB, I bet you're crying just a little bit. But again, you gotta imagine. All right, you throw Nuke away. You got another map to go into. FYB, this is final round of the half. Everything that you can purchase, and all it is, some CZs, some armor, 2 flashes. We've seen close rounds out of FYB, so we can't really count them out just yet. But still, Vision haven't allowed themselves to fall victim despite the close rounds against the anti-ecos. Caboose does find one, and Marky's going to find two, actually, from Vent. One's going to trade him out, so it's left to a 3v3. Hunter's going to charge to Vent, find another before getting picked off himself. So again, FYB have made these rounds very close. I think damage should have been heard. Oh, GMD had to find that frag in order for this to be doable. AZK. His position may be known. Charges through before the Molotov can land. 15 HP and 24, but it's enough. And Vision take the half 13-2 on their T side of Nuke. And this is dire straits for FYB. I mean, this means you can lose the map right off of the pistol. All right, getting right into this one. Not really enough time to digest, but I guess at the same time, what is there to digest in this? Hunter only getting 4 frags is not great. Swag with 5. Floppy led the charge 23 over on the Vision Gaming side in 15 rounds. He'll need a lot to hit 30, especially if Vision Gaming can take the clean sweep, but we got a fast play already from FYB. They want to work their way right out of hut onto the A-bomb site. They think they know what Caboose's position is, but doing a good job hiding. Hunter finds one, but Caboose is going to find one on top of the hut. GMD with 2 in the round. Caboose and Floppy are his 2 picks. A Spongy comes up, and a quick round for FYB, an important round. GMD with 3. I'm not even going to say it, but FYB, this is... I mean, it was required, right? It's not even an if at this point, but they do find the pistol round and need to take the ensuing 2. Vision don't invest anything into this round, and I like the thought process. You know, usually you'll force down to 0, you'll then eco in the next round and maybe come in with 4,300 usually, around that much as a CT. But this way, if they lose this round, they can still eco the next. You have rounds to give, and you want to approach Nuke with as much utility as humanly possible as a CT. Make it as easy as you can for yourself. So Vision Gaming, smart play out of them. We'll see if they can take some weaponry out of the hands of FYB, but that's the bomb planted in a 5v5 scenario. Hunter finding one onto Land Hero. As everyone else from Vision just kind of setting up for I don't know, weird angles, looking for exits and unfamiliar places. Hunter gonna get tagged down. That's Spongy over up on top of lockers. He's gonna find one. And Hunter just continuing to not have the best time. Marky's gonna find one and find Caboose as well. So good $1,200 picked up off of those couple of frags. And now Vision, I'm assuming they might buy a little bit into this. You could buy a pistol at this point. But they might just go for the full eco. Oh, very interesting. So Win's going to go down to 2,000. Everyone else staying around 3 to 3,400. So they'll get 2,400 on top of that. They'll be in great shape. Win is going to have more kind of what you'd expect off of a typical eco, where I guess pistol loss sequence. I don't know what the nice succinct way to put that is, but still pistols can be dangerous. We've seen it from FYB multiple times on their CT side. Can't count Vision Gaming out as in this one, especially because they've been so good in the fragging department. Spongy is gonna find one, but Hunter with a couple more, AZK and Swag all getting in on the fun. It's just Land Hero left alive, and that should be the round. And that is the case. Marky finishes it off with the headshot. Went down right at the end. I think that's a small little cash injection. And we'll see what FYB choose to do. I mean, when you're on the ropes like this, do you really want to take a bonus round? You know, you're going up in a very, very difficult map. You've got the MP7. Okay, the MAC-10 was traded out at least, and an AK picked up. So not as bad. Win with the XM. And we'll see if that's going to come into play. He's going to be playing close towards Squeaky. Break the vent. And that close range position with the auto can do a lot of work. But FYB right now not choosing to commit over towards A. Actually starting to think about taking outer. And still not much being done for either team. Outer is completely taken by FYB as they start working down towards Secret. Down there to meet them will be Vision. That's Caboose keeping an eye towards those stairs. He's got to find at least one in this position. Actually, another smoke going down from vent. That's Win there. Now he can play a close angle with this XM. So there's a lot of damage potential here, but FYB think better of it and want to go back outside. They do spot out Land Hero, gets tagged out, finds a shot with the op down towards Locker. So good on him to find one from that position. Despite his position, no. Floppy's going to find one. Marky with two, though. Spongy Floppy down. Win falls as well. Caboose finds Hunter, but Marky coming alive here. 3 in the round. And it's just Caboose left alive, so FYB, they're going to take their 6th round. Actually, you know, I can't count Caboose out of this. It is a 2v1. He does have a kit. Speaking a little too early, he works his way into the site. Marky can go down to just 1 headshot. Swag will take a little bit more, but it's not even going to matter. Caboose does go down, and FYB do find their 6th. So Hunter doing a good job. So he finished that last half, I believe it was 4 or 5 kills. Already finds himself on 9 through the first 4 rounds, so getting involved. But we definitely want to see more out of him. Marky doing a great job in these last few. Has put himself on 20. Now at the top of the board for FYB. And Hunter, speaking his name, speak of the devil, he's going to find a headshot. GMD with another. Floppy, though, with 2 with the CZ on this A site. Spongy's going to go down. Floppy's position known. Dinks up Marky. But Floppy is still going to fall. Caboose with 2 with the Deagle. And he picks up an AK. AZK just needs 1 shot, and he does it. But it was damn close off of that. Caboose almost with the hero play. And now FYB have brought themselves at 7. You have to imagine at some point they are going to falter. They are going to mess up around, and the fact that they've lost the number of players, you know, their economy is still in good shape, but it's not what you'd expect after 5 straight round wins. Land Hero is going to open things up. That's the op finding Hunter. So just like that, Vision have put themselves in an advantage as if they needed more. For FYB, this is going to change up their game plan. They're all sitting back towards T-spawn. Looks like they're lining up some smoke, some flashes. Start to work right down towards outer. And it looks like that is also where the players are going to go. You see that op dropped towards outside. Land Hero with an interesting position back towards CT. Window finds one with the XM. Finally getting involved with the weapon. He's bought it a few times, but I think this is the first time he's actually managed to pick something up with it. 5v3 now for Vision. And this round starts to look even more difficult for FYB. They found no picks. They have not that much information either. Win goes peeking out from Hut, and maybe not unnecessary play when you have the advantage and the clock is ticking down. You can just hold these sites. Caboose does find GMD, and with 25 seconds left, FYB need to commit or die, and it looks like they're going to take option number 2. Floppy and Land Hero take down the remaining members, put Vision on 14. And the fact that 4 weapons are carried over means that there's not the immediate threat of a reset for Vision. I mean, it wouldn't be the best buy if they lost this, but it would be something. Actually, there's floppy buying down to 700, so maybe they would opt for the eco, but I guess we do have at least 2 minutes before that point, or we have a round to go through. And it's going to be an outer take. Marky finds one. Caboose playing close by the red box. Doesn't find anything, but down to 72 HP, but that's a lot of information gathered. Vision Gaming can start rotating players down. GMD dropping over from the Marshmallow is going to find Caboose. So 5v3 advantage, although Marky only on 15 HP. When playing close towards these tunnels, AZK keeping an eye trained should Win choose to challenge this. And it looks like he's getting a little antsy. Now that's the XM. And Marky, if he walks forward, should be an easy find here. And that is actually what's going to happen. Win is actually going to be the one to be the aggressor in this situation. Floppy's going to fall to GMD. Win with another. He's 4 HP, but manages 2. 3 AKs left up for FYB, but Spongey's going to find one from heaven. He's going to find 2, and it's a 1v1 GMD versus Win, and Win wins it. 15-7. And FYB are... They're not going to be too happy about that. I mean, losing against the XM in that kind of situation, it wasn't even just like a one-click headshot and you were down. Like, oh, what am I going to do there, right? There were 4 shots rung out. But not able to connect. And for FYB, it's an AK buy, it's CZs, it's a Deagle. Land Hero's already going to open things up. And we may be moving on to map number 2 sooner than anticipated. I guess maybe later than anticipated, considering what it was at the half. AZK trying to do some work with the AK and not finding any joy. The health already bad for FYB. The weapons bad for FYB. The match bad for FYB. But can things get worse? They certainly can. 3 players for FYB working their way towards ramp, and Land Hero finds the first shot. Re-peeks, not finding anything there, but here's Caboose. Gonna play hero in that situation. GMD down, and it's left to AZK with 4 HP against 5 players. This would be the craziest ace clutch in the history of Counter-Strike. Calling it right now. And it's not even going to get remotely close. Too tall a task, and of course it would be. That is going to be the map 16-7 Vision Gaming over FYB. I'll have to take a quick look. I'm actually not 100% sure what map we're going into next. And it's going to be Overpass. So Overpass is going to be the next map, and we're going to see, can FYB mount some kind of comeback? Can they bring it to map number 3? I think we're going to take to a quick break, guys. Not sure how long these teams are going to take to talk things over. So we'll catch you back here in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Tell your friends to watch this as well. We want you here, and hope we're giving you an entertaining game. All right, guys, thanks for remaining patient. We are in map number 2. That is Overpass. This is FYB's pick. So we're going to hope that they can bring things closer. We hope that they could tie things up 1-1 so we can get that third map in this one. FYB is starting out on the T side. Vision Gaming opting to go for CT. Not all that surprising, as going towards connector quickly are FYB. 3 members, AZK, GMD, and Marky. Walking forward, Caboose and Win, keeping an eye. Land Hero. It's going to be tucked over on the other side. Win's going to go down first, but Caboose's position not found. Land Hero and Caboose finding 3 together. And just like that, all the presence gone from connector. Not enough time for Swag and Hunter to get involved, and whew, just like that, there they go. And FYB are going to lose the pistol on the second map. Good stack for Vision in on that side. I mean, FYB, they find the first frag on to Win, maybe not expecting, or I guess definitely not expecting Caboose to be in the position that he was, and as him and Land Hero are able to clean up. Land Hero going to be purchasing the Scout over towards Party right now. Hunter's going to be that way, but choosing not to stay holding that angle for too long. Marky's going to open things up. Clean headshot with the Deagle. There goes Caboose, just like that. As the bomb is held by Hunter. Moving up towards Party. So looking like it might be an A hit from FYB. They do still have the option to double back and go down into connector. Swag taking shots with the Deagle, tags up Spongy, but he's going to go to 20 HP himself, as he's going to switch over to the Scout. Oh, little mini Bogdan for you there. It's not exactly an AWP, but it's something. It's a scoped weapon in the same family. But now they have opted to go down through connector into B. They're not going to find any resistance from the Vision Gaming side. Actually, it's going to be Floppy pushed all the way up to T spawn, so they think it's clear for now. They've got to be aware, though, that the entire section of the map is open. And now with shots being taken that way, I wonder if that might cause some rotations, if they can even really locate where those shots are being taken. But actually, I mean, as I'm saying, this bomb has worked its way up long. There's no one on B, but that means there's wrap potential in this one. FYB worked their way onto the site, but absolutely obliterated. It's only AZK left alive. He's going to be on the wrap from B, but that's the time gone. So that's the round loss. A little awkward from FYB. I mean, they had ample opportunity to just rush out onto B, but it took too long to make the decision, and it's now super awkward for AZK, who doesn't die, only has $150, and that means the next round when his team is buying, what is he gonna have? The answer is not much. Land Hero again over towards Party with that Scout, but no fun to be had just yet. Hunter, the only player over towards Playground, that entire side of the map, and working up connector. Everyone else from FYB. Spongy looms around the corner, but Land Hero is going to find the first. Spongy with 1 and a second before AZK trades him out. Still a 2v4. AZK tagged down to 4 with the nade. He's going to fall. GMD, not much he can do in this position, and Land Hero is going to spot him out. So now what's going to be the purchase for FYB? A CZ dropped for AZK. Looks like he might be grabbing a weapon in this, perhaps? He bought a CZ. Okay, I guess he just dropped it on the ground, just having some fun. Swag going to buy a MAC-10. An interesting buy, considering that he has 1,200. So definitely could have afforded an op should he wanted to. But Caboose is going to find things, and I guess don't knock it till you try it. Swag does trade him out. 4v4, and it looks like FYB want to hit B. Spongy's going to be on the rotate from the A site. Win drops down behind. Only 22 HP for him. Floppy by Toxic. See if he can get anything done from this position. Good Molotov is going to force Hunter to move. Actually, he's got a perfect little pocket. Little pocket. Doesn't have to move Marky. He's going to find Floppy in that Toxic position. Win's going to fall as well on the A site. So this looks like it's going to be a successful round for FYB. Bomb going down. AZK finds both in that situation. So FYB do pick up the first gun round of the map. Not too much for Vision Gaming in terms of a buy. I mean, two of their players really can't afford. They're going to have, of course, still remaining three that can. They're all staying around. Oh, sorry. They all did force down to 0. I was looking at. My HUD did not refresh. Looking at some wrong information, but GMD gets on the board. His first frag of the game. And it comes in the way of an opening pick on to Win. AZK with one as well, finding Spongy through the wall. And just like that, FYB have put themselves in a 5v3 advantage, want to take this B bomb site. Smokes, flashes coming around. Floppy going to be baiting down towards lower, but immediately picked off by Hunter. That's the bomb going down. And you got to imagine Caboose going to save this op if he can. Land Hero might try to upgrade that UMP to something else. He does find swag, and he does find an AK, so call me a prophet, because here I am predicting the future. He's going to try to escape towards Playground while Caboose hangs out in the bathroom. Both players going to stay close to each other, but I don't think FYB are really going too far on the hunt. They know the bomb is safe. Hunter still keeping an eye on anywhere they could have come via connector, but they should be able to escape with these weapons. And for Vision, have an opportunity. They can force down around this AK and this op, or they can just choose to play around it. I think you got a buy coming up in the next one. Why go for kind of a crappy buy? So I think that's what they're gonna do. Buying up a couple of pistols. Nothing too offensive. Although Spongy and Floppy down to $1,500. But all eyes on Land Hero and Caboose for Vision. Those are the two weapons carried over. One tap potential with the AK. Of course, one shot potential with the AWP. Right now, FYB have pretty solid, pretty solid spray around the map. No one really grouping up together, but Land Hero does find the pick onto Hunter. So one of the carried over weapons already getting involved. Otherwise, for Vision, it's a stack over on B. But the bomb is rotating towards Playground. Can they move fast enough to completely lock Vision out of this round? Land Hero finds another. That's AZK down, and that AK is doing work in this one. Long is completely open along with A. And now I think these are the rotations. You see them running around on the mini-map. Vision Gaming trying to get to A as quick as possible. They are going to get there in time. Although smoked out at the moment. Bomb is going to go down. The boost over Caboose. Not able to find the frag. Swag taking an engagement, but he is going to fall to the aforementioned Caboose. Marky boosted up onto the site. Awkward position for him. He's going to fall. GMD with only one, but Vision Gaming go for the retake, completely successful, and they leave with 3 AKs and the op. That is a good round out of Vision. They don't invest anything. They carried over the 2 weapons, managed to find all 5 kills, only lose 1 player in the process. So that's one that'll make you smile in the Vision camp, and potentially one that can tilt FYB. That was really their round to win. But they do still have enough money to buy into this one. 4 AKs and opt for Hunter. And I am really looking for Hunter to get involved. I'm actually looking for Swag to get involved. 1 in 5, pretty absent on the first map. And you have a player of his skill level just being shut down right now by Vision. Caboose did open things up. Marky fell to the op. Now Spongy hanging out in connector. Kind of a pseudo engagement with GMD, but both are going to back away from that one. Over on the B site, 2 players, Floppy and Caboose, hang out for Vision. And that's where Bomb is. Going through tunnel right now is Hunter, keeping an eye out. That's the op. But AZK is going to open things up. Good shot onto Floppy. It's just going to be Caboose now as the rotations start to come in from Vision. GMD is going to try to lock down any rotations from connector, although he's smoked out at the moment. Caboose finds a shot on to the side. GMD with AZK with 2. Spongy trades out AZK, and just like that, it's a 2v2, but Bomb never got planted through all of this. Land Hero and Spongy, the 2 remaining players with decent positions, but Hunter is going to spot out Land Hero. It's a 1v1 now. 18 HP for Hunter, but that doesn't matter. He's got the op. All he needs is 1. And now Spongy's going to work his way up towards Heaven. Bomb going to be planted by Hunter. What post-plant position will Hunter take? It looks like it's going to be sandbags. A Spongy is up in Heaven. Let this round play itself out as the drop comes down. Spongy now onto the site. Hunter keeping an eye exactly at this angle, but Spongy too quick on the trigger. Finds the headshot, and Vision Gaming get the round. Little BM coming in. Guns down his opponent's dead body. Picks up the op. And Vision are looking good. They took the first map. They're up 5-2 now on FYB's map choice. The plan for FYB means good things, though. It means they can invest into this round. CZ, AKs, and a Galil. And that's going to be the buy for FYB. But what will it mean for them? 2 going towards the A side. That's Swag going to be in connector. Hunter has been the player usually to test the waters over by Playground, but Caboose finds an opening pick on AZK, immediately traded by GMD. And again, it looks like FYB want to go for another B hit. This is where they've had success, but this is also where they've fallen in recent times. And win. Good shot onto GMD. Looks like it was boosted up over by the half wall, or I guess it's full wall. 3/4 wall? Someone give me the percentage of that wall. But here comes the execute. Smokes, flashes, raining down. Molotov as well. Hunter works his way onto the site. He does find a pick onto Win. Floppy stayed alive for a lot longer than he would have thought, but did some good damage. Hunter and Swag tagged down. But it's a 3v2 retake. That nade not landing in a place to get a frag. Hunter, if it just landed a little lower, could have been down. Good position from him, but misses his shot. Spongy's going to find him. 2v2 just like that. Up in Heaven. That's Land Hero. Has a chance to do something big. Swag doesn't want to peek this, though. And now Molotov onto the bomb. Smoked out of sandbags. It's going to force Swag to peek, and he's going to go down. The smoke is blocking Marky. He's going to have to challenge it. He runs through, avoids Spongy, and gets both on the spray. Oh, what a great play from Marky. Picks up the op as well. He jumps through the smoke with the knife, gets the extra speed, avoids Spongy's spray, and then able to land and get both on the AK spray down. Huge play from there, saves the round for FYB, and now Vision Gaming left on a not so great buy, forcing down to nothing. CZ, MP9, there is an M4 in the mix. We'll see, is that going to be enough for Vision in this one? It's been enough for them throughout Nuke and around here on Overpass. but it looks like it's going to be a long take right now for FYB. Very aware of this is Land Hero, but he gets a tag. Hunter says mine's bigger than yours and sends him to the respawn room. Marky with a headshot onto the boost from behind. Win with one, although traded out. GMD working. Gets that AK going with 2 in the round for him. So it's just Floppy left in bank. Bomb's going to go down. Just the CZ. What can you do at this point? He's going to charge forward. Find GMD, but immediately traded out by Swag. And that Swag's only his second kill going into this one. So for FYB, they've put themselves in a position where they could tie things up 5-5 on Overpass. Vision not having much invested into this round, just going to be win on the CZ, and 4 USP. Still a stack, can do a lot. And that might be what we see from Vision, but it looks like they actually want to try to take control of Connector. Meanwhile, it's B bomb site that FYB want, and they are going to have it free and clear. It's just going to be left to Vision to get rotates or I guess exits, really the word I'm looking for. But still, FYB taking a slow round, being cautious, using all their utility, might as well. You know you're not going to be going up against too much weaponry. Might as well try and flush them out, get any frags that you can before even planting bomb. But now I think positions are going to be known. FYB keeping many eyes over towards Squeak. Spongy kind of baiting out shots as much as possible. Every single player from Vision is here. AZK is going to find 1 GMD with 2, and this is just the pad stats. Get a little extra money. AZK and GMD each with 2. Spongy's position, though, not known. It is a good spot to be in. He's going to take the peek. Gonna find the kill onto AZK. You can find GMD. Actually, no, sorry. GMD is way out of this one. And he's gonna get the frag onto Swag? How do you let this happen? Spongy is gonna go down to the bomb regardless. And Swag just gotta be kicking himself after that. Dying to the USP. Many shots fired off too. It wasn't just like a quick double dink. Had ample opportunity. But I guess I'll stop ragging on him, right? FYB have taken 3 rounds in a row, tied things up against Vision. 5 M4s, no op being purchased right now for the CT side. Meanwhile, for FYB, that's going to be Hunter with the op. See where he chooses to play. He actually has a very passive position, seeing if there's going to be any aggression from Vision. There's not going to be anything found. And FYB, yet again, want to work towards this B bomb site. We'll see how they choose to do this. They found opening picks usually when they work towards B, whether it's just finding one through the wall or boosting someone up. But this is a full-on execution. And AZK is going to start things off onto Caboose and a second onto Floppy. Spongy did find Swag in the meantime. Keeps things closer. It's a 4v3, but bomb does go down. Spongy over by Sandbags as Win and Land Hero want to work their way towards tunnel. Marky keeping an eye on this. Can he find both? He gets one. Traded out by Win. Flash comes in onto the site. And now Vision start to work their way in. It's going to be Win, going to be taking the first engagement. Knows one's up in heaven. That's GMD. But I don't think there's going to be time to do this despite the kit. And it's just going to be Vision opting to save these weapons. And that's the right call. You're going to be on 4-round loss bonus. Not going to be enough to purchase in on the next one. But still, you can buy some pistols. Keep things competitive with the AKs. And remember, we did see them win a round like this earlier on in the half. They had an op, they had an AK, and they kept 4 players alive and managed to take the round. Can they do the same here? Actually, I misjudged exactly what they could buy, so I'm gonna eat crow on that one. We got 2 AKs, 2 M4s, and a FAMAS. That'll teach me to assume. Not bad considering, but not too much utility for a few of the players. Smokes, flashes. Floppy going to be the only one with Molotov, however. Floppy playing over towards playground, shrunk the map down, and it's going to be yet another B hit. GMD with 2. Land Hero picks him up, but Marky gets the immediate trade. And now what do you do if you're Vision? You bought down in this one. Wow, Floppy. Quick kill onto Swag. And his woes continue. Vision, do you save these weapons yet again? And it looks like that's going to be their plan. Max loss bonus for them. Floppy and Win don't have to reinvest in armor, in nades either. So they could drop weaponry over to their teammates and they could just form this endless loop of dropping weapons, especially if they keep losing rounds like this. That fat loss bonus building up. $3,400 in the bank for each player. And this is enough. This is enough to get some semblance of a buy. But they could just go for, you know, SMGs, maybe keep themselves around, you know, even 1,500 will be enough. But no, they're going to go for the full purchase. M4s, AK, Caboose with an ump. And here we're still saving. Oh, okay. Had 2,700. Gonna keep on 1,000. And FYB have had a lot of success over on this B bomb site. When do they choose to go towards A is the question. When do they think, okay, you know, we've had enough, we've done enough. Maybe we should try back on the A bomb site. I mean, on one hand, you got if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And on the other, you can really play some mind games with a team when you switch up like that. For Vision, they're going to have Floppy playing over towards Connector along with Win. A bomb site is really it's completely open. So this long take will work out very easily. Of course, they're going to expend some utility probably to get there. And it might send off some warning bells for Vision. And in fact, they are going to send one to rotate over already. That's going to be Spongy, although he's already made his way back. So he went to take a peek at the site, and he's going to go back towards B. So again, this long take should work out really easily for FYB. And that's the way the bomb is going. Marky did find one onto Land Hero. Caboose trades him out. But Spongy's going to find AZK. Swag getting involved yet again. Gonna find the headshot there. Bomb's gonna go down. No! Swag burns alive in the Molotov, and there are only 9 seconds left. GMD finds Win. But can he get the bomb down? He cannot. Caboose charges forward, and that is the round done. FYB have just outplayed themselves. They had a bomb site completely open, chose to wait to the last second, and Vision Gaming, again, find themselves winning a round. That's a bitter pill to swallow. I guess it's on to the next one for FYB. They still have enough money to buy in, and they're gonna have money for the next round as well, probably regardless of the situation or the results of this round. And looks like they're opting over towards B yet again. Swagging Connector, but Spongy finding a pick. AZK does find him as well. So we got the 4v4. And now at this point, what do you do if you're FYB? Looks like they're still kind of thinking like they want to go towards B, but now Bomb's going to get tossed back. Hunter going to have it start to move back towards the T-spawn into Connector. Quinn is going to be playing towards bathrooms, and he's really going to be the canary in the coal mine here. As soon as he feels some pressure, that's going to call over some rotations. And Floppy and Caboose seem to be working their way towards A. One could be going heaven, and one might be going towards trash can. Yeah, that's going to be Caboose towards heaven. Win is going to find one frag over towards the bathrooms, and that's going to start calling rotations over. Caboose and Floppy making their way there. Caboose towards bank, Floppy close onto the site. can Hunter, Swag, and Marky, can they do this? Charging through the Molotov is Swag. Going down to 43 HP, but that is enough. As Marky's going to find Floppy as well. It's just Land Hero left in the 1v3. And with the money situation for Vision, it would behoove him to save this up. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's down underneath Heaven on the B-bomb site. See if FYB do choose to push forward, maybe get this pick. But, I mean, you have enough money to buy for Marky and Hunter, right? You're going to get $3,300. Might as well go for the hunt. Swag is the only one with only 300. Who might be in a spot of bother. Did I use that phrase right? I don't know. Someone from England, let me know if I use that right. Actually, after all of that, Land Hero dies to the bomb. That's I don't even have anything to say about that. He died to the bomb after all that. No one on FYB even hunted for him. Okay, well, here we are. Round number 15. Vision Gaming don't have much in this one. CZ's a scout. As FYB try to work their way towards B yet again. AZK in water at the moment. As it's going to be Vision mostly over on the A bomb site. Spongy jump peeking. Keep an eye so we can toss a smoke down and call over some rotations if need be. But again, winnable round for Vision. We've seen them pull some crazy things out. Swag does find the first kill, but immediately traded by Floppy. Good trade. AK not recovered, but Floppy could go down. AZK doing some good damage onto him. Not able to finish it off. Now for FYB, things have slowed down, but they are still thinking about the B-bomb site, and that's going to be the call. Molotov over towards Toxic. There is going to be no one there, but for Vision Gaming, the players are rotating around. They've got one behind. That's Caboose. Might be able to do something from Tunnel as Marky finds Win. And Spongy and Caboose do find two. GMD trades out Floppy. AZK finds Caboose, so it's just the 1v2 for Spongy. AZK finds the pick, and that is going to do it for this half. 9-6 for FYB. All right. Well, for Vision Gaming, there is still a small matter of coming back into this one, but it is a small matter, right? One pistol round takes you there, and Vision did win the pistol on this one. Won one pistol on Nuke. God, that's a lot of ones, huh? One pistol and one here. All it takes is one more. They could tie things up as we're waiting for teams to ready up for the second half. Still, FYB, there are these mistakes, and Vision Gaming doing a great job capitalizing. I mean, they lost 2 rounds due to time. Like, just keep that in mind. You know, there was the 1 round, I think it was FYB had the eco, AZK with a huge rotate over from B. They had a good chance to just get onto B, but instead committed towards A. AZK was the last remaining player. Time went out. He got a kill, but, you know, really not doing much in the way of favors. And then there's that round kind of recently, maybe a few rounds ago, where time ran out as I think it was Floppy charged forward and got the pick onto Swag trying to plant the bomb. But we are live in round number 1 of the second half. Vision's coming out onto the T side, and let's see, can they tie things up? Can they potentially in this map 2-0. FYB fighting for their lives here in MDL. Coming in as the number 2 seed. The winner of this match faces Gorilla Gang, winners earlier today against Swole Patrol. AZK and GMD putting some good damage, but Land Hero and Floppy, Molotov damage taking down GMD over towards Toxic. Spongy with another as well, and this pistol goes their way. It was dicey at first, GMD and AZK finding those opening frags, but just like that, just a waterfall of picks in Vision's favor. And FYB are dispatched from this round. Now Vision put themselves in a good spot. 3 AKs, a MAC-10, and UMP. 4 CZs, and just the USP for Hunter. Looks like he's saving up $1,300. Might be going for the op. Does have a Zeus though. I would love nothing more but for that to mean something in this round. But Twin's gonna find the first shot onto Swag, opening things up. $600 in the pocket with that MAC-10. Oh, and there it is! Hunter with the Zeus finds Caboose. The voice crack works all the same. Oh, that was fun. I was waiting for that. That was good. I don't even want to cast the rest of this round. I'm going to be honest. No, we're getting into it. But still, 4v3 advantage for Vision Gaming. 2 on the A site for FYB, 1 hanging out on B. That's AZK, kind of in that awkward position by tunnel. But B is going to be where Vision want to be. Working through tunnel. AZK can find 1 here, and that's all he was ever going to get. Good trade out by Spongy. Smoke goes down. Going to be able to plant onto the site. The other 2 are rotations. They don't know that yet, though, so being cautious, checking their angles. As Land Hero finds GMD, Marky up top in heaven actually manages to connect with the CZ from range. And what does he choose to do here? Looks like it's going to be save the armor, save the CZ. Might actually be able to recover a weapon if he chooses to go by connector. It's an interesting prospect, but it doesn't look like he's going to be going that way. Vision find themselves 9-8 and 1 round away, just 1 anti-eco away from tying things up. This has been a really good map. You know, that nuke, if anyone was watching it either here or elsewhere, it was a 13-2 half for Vision Gaming on their T side. FYB kind of mounted a pseudo comeback, 5 straight rounds, made it 13-7, but ended up losing 16-7. This map much closer, been a much more entertaining go of things. As we're up here at 9-8. Swag with a flash, CZ for Marky with that head armor. But Floppy is going to find GMD as well as AZK. Marky finds 1 with the CZ. That is Floppy down. But can there be more? There can. Swag finds Land Hero. That's going to be an AK recovered. And just like that, got a MAC-10 and AK. Bomb does go down on B. So this is retake time now. Hunter gets another. Caboose is down. 2 AKs and a MAC-10. Sounds like a new show coming on CBS. Can this retake happen? They do not have a kit, but they've already found their way onto the site. I think they're going to allow them to have it as much as they want. Molotov goes down, but it doesn't block the bomb. Oh, it spreads just in time. Spongy finds Swag. Marky goes down too, and it's just left up to Hunter. And although FYB get close, Vision Gaming are able to close it out. 9-9 and the first gun round in the second half. Op for Hunter, M4s for GMD, AZK, and Marky. And again, Swag opting for the FAMAS. He's done this. He did this all throughout Nuke and is doing it now on Overpass. And I don't think I've really noticed Swag with an M4 in his hands unless he's picked one up. He's really trying to rock that FAMAS, but speaking of rocking things, AZK is going to find 2 on the B bomb site before getting traded out, but Marky with another. It's a 4v2, Marky with the second. And it's Spongy left in a 1v4. He is going to get the first. Can he find a second? He does. Still 100 HP as well. Bomb recovered. But Hunter, true with the op, finds the pick onto him. And FYB take that gun round. Quick round at that. Weird money situation for Vision. Spongy able to afford the AK and still stay above 23, but they are going to force down to 0. So they could have just gone for an eco, a save, and gotten the AK by. You see teams like Navi been doing that a lot recently, but instead they force down 2 AKs, 3 CZs, and a good amount of utility too. So executes well on the table for this one. Close range with the CZs, and they're just as good as that FAMAS that now Marky holds. Over towards Playground, Vision Gaming right now starting to group up. Over on Long Hunter with that op. If they choose to go that way, they are going to have to contend with him. But right now, no one wanting to peek that. Over towards Party and down into Connector, go Vision Gaming with the bomb. So a lot of B hits from these teams. I say that, but Vision Gaming haven't committed just yet. Actually, as that door opened, it looks like that's going to be the choice. I don't really think A has come into play much throughout this entire game. I mean, this is round number 20, and I really can't think of too many times that team chose to hit the A bomb site. It has been all B all day. Molotov goes towards tunnel, but not really an ideal position. Doesn't matter because Marky gets one AZK around the corner with the auto shotty. Finds Land Hero, wants to peek again. Gotta be careful. Good damage, but it's not enough. Hunter does find one more caboose down. Just like that, Floppy left in the 1v4. He's gonna be hunted. He gets one more, but Marky's gonna trade him out. 11-9 FYB. And now we're going to see an eco here from Vision. We must. FYB going to be in a good spot to put it up 12-9. At that point, they can taste it. They can taste map number 3. Pistols in for Vision Gaming. Where do they choose to go? It looks like everyone right now heading up towards Playground. Stopped by the Molotov. One player on Vision, but still charging forward, finding a frag. Was Floppy. Although he's down, Land Hero picks up the op. 3 HP. Can he find anything else with the AWP? Long is going to be the choice for Vision Gaming. Up on top of the flower, the planter. Was Land Hero, but not spotting anything out. Can GMD get anything done from site or Swag in bathrooms? These are your 2 players that are going to be left to defend the A-bomb site. As soon as they execute out, Swag is going to be able to quickly rotate over. So really both sides of the box, I guess default you'd call it, can be watched by FYB players. 45 seconds remaining on this one. And Land Hero looking to him. He's got to be the one. Actually, he's going to be behind everyone else. Wynn's already going to find both. And that should be the round done and dusted. Land Hero running away right now. And he's going to go down. Swag pushing through the bathrooms. Now FYB looking pretty good. They've won the last 3 rounds in a row. But finally, Vision can buy up as well. So another gun round coming in. Galil's for Wynn and Land Hero. Probably not the ideal buy that they had in mind, but still those AKs can do a lot of work. Take a quick look at the frags while teams are setting up. 20 for Spongy, 16 for Land Hero leading for FYB. Good kill spread for the top 3 players for FYB. 19 AZK, 18 for Marky, 16 for GMD. Swag and Hunter still towards the lower end of the scoreboard. Towards connector right now is the bomb and the majority of Vision Gaming, but they want to go out onto the B site. There are going to be 3 members here from FYB, so the more heavily defended site, but Caboose can find 1. AZK and Swag combined for 3. But Floppy does find the last frag with players on the B bomb site, so this is going to be the bomb going down as rotations will come through from FYB. Will it be enough? Can VSG, Vision Gaming, can they take this round? They need it, and they need it bad. GMD getting tagged, Hunter dropping down. 2v2. Bomb continuing to tick away. Good post-plant positions for Vision as well. That is the smoke going down on the site. Hunter finds 1, GMD with the other, and that's FYB. They got the defuse going with the kit. Should have plenty of time to do this. That is FYB on 13. So, this just got interesting. Actually, it's been interesting, but it's even more interesting now that FYB have a chance to put themselves on map number 3. It's going to be an eco here from Vision. Have decent purchase, good utility, 5 CZs. If FYB pick this up, that's 14 rounds. And Huynh is going to go down early. Actually, quick trades going back and forth. Spongy, though, puts the advantage in the favor of Vision. Weapons recovered now, too, and they have armor to boot. Spongy has that head armor. Just body for Floppy and Land Hero. So that M4 can still take down 2. Pushing down on Long right now is GMD. AZK still over by the B bomb site, and Long is going to be where Vision are going to choose to go. Trades need to happen. Actually, they don't even need it. Floppy gets tagged down to 3, but finds the kill, and it's just AZK left alive. He's going to walk up towards connector, or through connector towards bathrooms. Floppy, the 3 HP player. If the words won't escape me, he's down already. Bomb goes down. AZK uses the smoke as cover to get through, and he's put himself in a good position, although he misses the initial shot. He doesn't know Spongy, though, is still on Long, and that's Vision finding the round on the eco buy. And this is going to get dicey now. If Vision can find this round, this is the money gone for FYB. I mean, this isn't even a great buy in and of itself. 2 CZs, a FAMAS. It's really going to be up to those ops, AZK and Hunter. AZK worked wonders with the op on CT side on Nuke. Can he continue here on Overpass? He's going to be playing over towards B, but it's only going to be Spongy right now over that way for Vision. Everyone else towards Fountain or towards Bathroom. Swag, though, with that CZ, he's going to find 1. That's Floppy down, but Land Hero picking up Hunter, 4v4. GMD, good spot through connector. Find the headshot onto Huynh. That's bomb dropped as well. So now rotations can start coming through. Start to converge onto the bomb for FYB as Swag gets picked up. And now what's the play? They got utility to use. Land Hero finds GMD as Marky picks up Spongy. But Marky's down. It's just AZK and this op. Bomb still not recovered, but good Molotov. Gonna lock AZK out. That means the bomb can get picked up. I think they should have heard the tag for the damage. So his position likely known as bomb goes down. And yeah, they know for sure because there's Land Hero keeping an eye, misses the shot. Both of them do. Op v Op blinded his AZK, and there's the smoke in his face. He's going to charge right through. Caboose finds the headshot. 3 for him in the round, 2 for Land Hero, and they are the heroes in this one. Suppose we should call him online hero. That was a bad joke, guys. I'm sorry. You can leave if you no longer respect me after that one. I won't hold it against you, but 13-11. Vision creep closer. P250s for GMD and swag. USPs elsewhere. But it's gonna be a B take. Why even bother? Why even talk about it at all? Good use of utility for Vision, although there's gonna be no one to use it on. As a rotation for FYB comes in, see if they can go for this retake. Not going to be easy. No body armor. No real weapons. Still, there are things that can be done in a position like this. Spongy is going to find the first kill. Win with another. Win with 3 with the MAC-10. Very nice eco round for, I guess, anti-eco round for him. GMD does find 1 caboose down, but Win gets 1800 and picks up that AK. By coming back in for FYB. And there's just one round that separates the two. Actually, they're going for another eco. They're going to allow Vision to tie it up. Every player was in the 4,000 range, but this is an interesting call. I mean, I don't think they're expecting to win this round. Maybe just, again, try to keep things close. This is a setup, right? This is a setup for round quick maths, huh? Round 27 and beyond. So Vision, they're expecting weaponry, and all they're gonna find are CZs. Does this change the way you approach the round? Is it a mental game that Vision are gonna have to overcome? No real committal to either site just yet, but it looks like Vision are lurking towards A. Caboose, trying to see if we can find anything towards bathrooms. Marky is going to find Spongy, though. That's the Deagle. So now I think the jig should be up. They know that their pistols. Caboose gets headshot down to 11. Now they got to be careful. Any random shot from the CZ should do the trick. And we could have a man advantage for FYB just like that. Rotations are going to come through connector. Caboose going to keep an eye on that. Door gets opened. And he's going to go down immediately, but Land Hero finds two with the CZ. Bomb going to go down. Swag trying to get something done from Sandbag, but traded out by Floppy immediately. I guess not so much a trade as just a regular kill, but you understand what I mean. Vision Gaming tie things up 13-13. FYB all according to plan. This was a round that you win if you can, but weren't necessarily expecting to with just the pistol buy. Hunter carrying over that AK will be nice as well. Floppy now going to escape. And now this is going to go down to the wire. Very likely that we see it go 30 rounds. Let's see what kind of buy FYB go for. It's going to be a pause, most likely by FYB. Talk over what the plan is on this round. Take a look at the score for this half. 3. So the pistol taken by Vision, then 4 straight rounds for FYB, and then 4 back for Vision. And that's how we ended up tied 13-13. AZK, Marky, GMD all around that 20 frag range. 13 for both Swag and Hunter. Meanwhile, Spongy over on the Vision side up at 25. Laying here on 20. And Floppy, Quinn, and Caboose in those mid-teens range. This pause still going on. I feel like usually the tactical timeouts are done at this point. So hopefully we're not having a technical issue with one of the players. Not seeing anything in chat about it as well. So it's possible. Actually, it looks like they're coming alive now. Switching weapons, please. Hello? Knock knock. All right. Well, let's kill some time, boys. Let's take a look at what we've got going around MDL right now. Well, of course, we are in the playoffs. So plug your ears if you're afraid of some spoilerinos. And promise I'll make it quick. You can come back when the round starts. All right, so we got two other maps in progress: Dignitas and Bravado, or matches rather, and Monstars versus Vireo Pro. Dignitas and Bravado is in map number 3, going into double OT, 18-18 right now. So that looks like a pretty sick match. ESEA casting that right now. For Monstars and Vireo Pro, 16-13 on Mirage for Monsters. So they're up 1 map and up 4-0 on Overpass. Of course, if you're here, there's no such thing as a spoiler for this game. First map went the way of Vision Gaming, 16-7 on Nuke. And here we are, Overpass, 13-13, perfect filler, because we're getting right back into this one. A little pat on the back for me. I'll take my compliments in chat. Thanks very much. But for Vision Gaming, they've managed to put 4 in a row. Can they continue this hot streak? Can they make it 5? Can they potentially put themselves on match point before FYB can get involved? Of course, that's a lot of ifs. So we'll see how this round plays out. Everyone from VSG at the moment over towards the B bomb site, and it looks like they want to escape that way. Good smoke though. Gonna delay things. Currently on the B side, but they charge right through. Marky getting the opening pick. AZK with 1 as well. Can he find a second? He does. GMD with another, and just like that, this entire push is derailed. Just Land Hero left alive over towards the tunnel. And what will it be? I mean, what can he do in a 1v4? Find the first pick. Of course, there is that amazing Guardian Ace on this map. I'm not saying Land Hero's quite the star that Guardian is, but these kinds of rounds have happened. Hasn't made much noise. Sandbag might have heard the scope. All 3 players on B. Of course, the bomb is dropped on there, and that should be the round at this point. Ooh, finds a pick onto Hunter. This is all weaponry that needs to be repurchased. Swag does finish him off, gets the kill there. I don't think FYB are going to struggle to buy in this one. They can have weapons dropped over. Plenty of money as well for an op pickup. Actually, I think that one's carried over, of course. And still, FYB on 14 Vision, still enough to buy. We could be looking at match point for FYB. If they win this map, we're going to a 3rd. And that 3rd map, just so you guys know, would be cash, should it come to it. Looking towards connector to bathrooms right now are Vision. Land Hero keeping an eye for many rotations over from long, but there's going to be no one there. Swag tagged up in the bathrooms as Marky rotates from B over towards A bomb site. Hunter there as well. So now 3 to deal with on A if you're Vision. And long is where they want to be. Floppy and Huynh going that way. Spongy and Caboose still over towards the bathroom side. All 5 players are committed towards A. Again, we have not seen many A hits throughout the life of this map. Spongy versus Swag could be an important, a pivotal fight in this round. As the execution goes out onto the A bomb site, Spongy and Caboose find 2, but Hunter with 3! And he could have just saved the round. He could have just put FYB on round 15, on match point. Things slow down now for Vision, as Hunter looks for more. He does find 4. No ace, but FYB get the round. So now Vision, their backs against the wall. They're up against the ropes. There are more metaphors that I can use to say they're in deep doo-doo, guys. Can I say shit? I guess I just said it. They're in deep shit, guys. Still have a goodbye for 8Ks and an op. And this is going to be it. Are we going to see cash, or can Vision Gaming charge their way towards overtime? Depending on which way you got your money, you may be feeling a certain way for this one. It's going to be a B hit. Caboose opens things up. Headshot onto Marky, but AZK and GMD. GMD with 3 in the round. Another big round. Someone else stepping up from FYB, and this could be it. It's Land Hero versus 3. He finds the first. But Swag, true with the MP9, and that is going to be it. Cash is up next on the docket, guys. We're getting a great match from these two teams. We're going to toss this to a break. We got some time before the next map gets started, so grab a drink. I know I will. I think I'm going to get into some AC. Hopefully you guys got some. I do not right now, and I am dying. So grab a drink, get a cold one, in fact, and we'll see you back here in just a little bit for the finale of FYB versus Vision Gaming. We are coming into cash. We're getting right into the knife round right now. This is the third map, so neither team gets to choose the side. As the frags start to come in, it's looking like FYB are going to take it. Still did get pretty close, but they'll likely start off on the CT side. FYB, oh, are they? We'll see. I'll wait. Because they still have the extra round reset. All right. Actually, FYB are going to choose to take the T side. I think probably Vision wanted to take CT anyway, so that knife round going to work out best for both teams. We'll see if starting off on the T side means that FYB have something really good to show us in on this one. And, you know, Cash is one of those matches, it's pretty evenly sided, you know. It's not that uncommon these days in pro matches to see the T side actually end up being stronger, but Marky is going to open things up with 2, but Caboose answers back. 2 for him. It's a 3v3 and Huynh finds another. But the B bomb site is wide open, and that's where the bomb is heading. Can they make it onto site in time before Land Hero can get there to deny? Bomb does get into position, so plant goes down. That's something to take away if you're FYB. But all 3 players are going to be over from the CT side of things. Repositioning now is Hunter under heaven, but it looks like they knew exactly where it was going to be. And at this point, it's just Marky in a 1v3. There's a kit as well. Land Hero, no problems defusing this one. And Vision take the round. Just a crazy sequence of events. As soon as Marky got his 2 frags, just like that, Caboose found 2 of his own. FYB, though, is still going to be happy with the bomb plant. Going to eco in this one. Deagle is bought by Marky. Finally, a couple frags. Hunter and GMD with P250s. Kind of prizes won by getting a few frags in the last one. But over towards the A site is the bomb at the moment. Swag and Hunter that way. Hunter works around the smoke. Everyone is really gathered over on A, but not too much of a commitment into main. But that looks like it's going to be the case. Boosted by the red crate right now is going to be Huynh. Spongy and Floppy down towards Highway. Should be an explosion onto the A site. Hunter, not so much as an explosion as a gas leak, but Huynh's gonna find 3. He is gonna get taken down. Floppy gets 1 more. Hunter, not long for this world, is gonna fall. So Huynh with 3. Does lose the M4, but I don't know. I think you'll be just fine for this. FYB though. Because of that first round plant, they are going to have full buy in this one. 5 AKs. Decent amount of utility as well. 2 FAMASas, an MP9, an XM for Land Hero. And then Caboose hanging out to that M4. 2 players in sandbags, both FAMASas right now for Vision, but there's going to be no pressure mid just yet. But as soon as I say that, GMD and ACK finding a couple walking out of the smoke. Caboose boosted up in vent, gonna find 2, almost finds the 3rd, although GMD is gonna find it. And now it's just up to Huynh, position known, and just recently got the frag. That is bomb that he has. He's got a good position, and he's got an AK now. Double peek gonna be imperative. And they're not going to go for it, but Marky is still going to get the trade. That was a dangerous round. 16 HP for FYB. So neither team probably extremely happy with the outcome of that. Vision Gaming, especially losing the round. FYB only surviving with 1 member. But the good news for them is that Vision aren't really going to have enough money to invest into this one. So the Galil, the MAC-10 shouldn't matter too much to say that, but eco rounds or, forced rounds have been very dangerous for either side. Good utility usage to get, clear out some of the positions in mid. As Hunter starts things off in A main with a pick onto Huynh, who charged forward. Molotov over towards quad. But that's not where they're going to have the enemy team. Caboose does fall. But Spongy with one with the P250 before AZK finds him, and Mark gets another. So now we're all knotted up 2-2 as the buy is going to come back in for Vision Gaming. It's a kind of a roundabout way, but we are back into another gun round. This time Floppy picking up the FAMAS over on the Vision side. Bomb dropped over towards the mid garage, and it looked like FYB wanted to take some early positioning over towards B, but thought better than to do that. Caboose is going to be right behind this smoke over on that side, as well as Land Hero a little further back. Caboose has worked his way into Sunroom. Floppy is going to find a pick over onto Hunter. Squeaky, yeah, 2 players from Squeaky. Got to find him. Caboose from Sunroom finds one. Land Hero with another. And just the positioning, so good from Vision. Although Caboose falls, it's a 2v4, and it's a difficult task of them. Put the bomb on AZK's back, coming into main. It's going to be Floppy to greet him over on the fork side. Does have utility to use. So can use this Molotov to clear out fork. Can use a smoke as well to block off the cross. But as soon as all that utility gets used, it's going to cause everyone to rotate over. But AZK, clean shot, takes down Floppy, but now Huynh finds GMD. It's just AZK in a 1v3. And Huynn's going to finish off the kill. Back and forth so far in FYB. What do they have in this one? Well, they got a buy. 4 AKs. AZK going to go with the CZ. And honestly, if I'm Vision, I kind of want AZK with one of the AKs. He's looked really, really good throughout this best of 3. Mainly on the op, and Swag, unfortunately, has fallen a bit flat. So it comes back into that argument, do you give one of your stronger players the better weapon? Is that skill ceiling higher? Or do you give the better weapon to someone that maybe isn't feeling it as much, and kind of try to raise that skill floor? But nonetheless, it is going to be an A hit from FYB. 2 players still watching for rotations from mid garage, but the bomb. 3 FYB players now busting out of Squeak. Bomb can go down as GMD and Marky are going to find a couple. Floppy does find GMD in the trade. Floppy with another, although AZK and Swag find a couple themselves. Now it's just Land Hero as he gets a shot off onto Swag. Can AZK get the kill? He cannot. 16 HP for Land Hero, and that is enough. Gets the headshot. And AZK is not going to be thrilled after losing that one. So finally, a chance to break serve. We've had 2 rounds for Vision, 2 for FYB, and then 2 back for Vision. Assumption is FYB probably won't be able to take this one. They'll have some pistols, 2 Deagles, 3 P250s. It would take quite the effort off of GMD or Marky, I think, with those Deagles in order to take this one. But 3 players working their way again towards A as Marky already falls. So one of the Deagles out of the hands. Flash comes through, walking out onto the site. Molotov goes down on default, so that's going to deny the plant. Meanwhile, Floppy picks up 3 on the Antico. Bomb's going to go down. That's a good money injection. We'll definitely take that, and it'll mean some extra utility for players. Might mean that op is a sure thing now too. We'll have to see once the money comes in, but FYB, I think that's about the best you can hope for in that round. Maybe one more pick, right? Yeah, you manage to take down 3 of their players. I think you'd be ultimately happier because of the the way the economy is going to work, dropping over weapons to the players that died. But FYB now with the purchase, no up. So a few players still above 1K, but feeling more confident just with 5 AKs. Boosts going up. 3 players actually boosted over. Already down the bottom towards mid is GMD. Swag gonna join him, but Caboose finds 2. AZK gets the trade, but immediately Floppy's gonna pick him up. And Vision Gaming doing so well so far on cash. Spongy is found in the meantime. Makes this a 3v2. FYB have a decent split. 1 over towards quad. That's going to be Huyn. Floppy playing over towards Z. Hunter getting the better of him there, but Land Hero quick on the trigger. Gets the trade, so it's just Marky left alive. What can he do in this situation? He's over on B. He Molotovs off tree. He can get the bomb down. That Molotov might expand. No, it doesn't expand to his position. I know exactly where he is. Moves over, makes a noise though as he drops from headshot. Wants to work his way into tree, and he's made it. Gets flashed. Doesn't get baited out into firing. Oh, they knew exactly where he was. I mean, that's a good play from Vision at this point, right? You know he planted the bomb site. You've had some good vision, no pun intended, up from heaven. So you know he couldn't have rotated. Maybe could have rotated under heaven, but couldn't have gotten to checker or B main or anything like that. So they drop down, both take a peek. One towards tree, probably one looking at heaven, one dropping down, and it's elementary, my dear Watson, that deductive reasoning. And Vision Gaming take their 6th round. FYB, however, with the plant and the round loss bonus, enough to buy into this one. Win with the smoke going down and a flash. Takes an aggressive stance with this op. And Hunter in an awful situation. Quinn had all the time he needed to line up a shot on the elbow. Bye-bye Hunter from the server. Oh, Spongy with the counter boost. He's gonna find GMD. Actually, may have been underneath the boost and found one player that was over, but AZK. Find Caboose, turns it back to a 3v3. Swag gets involved, headshot onto Floppy. So it's just the double ops left alive. B-bomb site is open, but FYB don't know that just yet. Bomb still in mid-garage, not committed anywhere. Oh, Swag. A scary position. They've gotta recover the bomb. And they have opportunity to do so. How is Swag gonna use this Molotov? He's gonna use it over towards heaven, but both players are gonna be over towards the T side of the map. One in mid, that's Quinn, gonna come through vent. Marky keeping an eye on that. Land Hero, in the meantime, has made his way over from T. Good job by Land Hero. Molotov to clear out Swag's spot on site. Side steps away. Oh, gets the headshot on the Land Hero. Maybe one that he didn't necessarily deserve, but Quinn's gonna play close. Can he win it? Swag does. Gets the headshot. FYB on their 3rd round. So now, FYB on 3. And Vision left to Eco. Land Hero does have 5,300, so he can buy down at least a bit. I think he could have invested more than that, but I guess as the offer We want to try to bring as much money as possible, if save where necessary. Hunter did open things up with a kill onto the aforementioned land hero. But for Vision, not really too much doing this round besides sit back and see if opportunity comes your way. No committal from FYB just yet. Commitment, whichever you prefer. Just trying to see if Vision are going to get antsy, and they have, but they've stacked over on the B site. FYB, of course, don't know this. Have a chance for an open A bomb site, and that's exactly where it looks like they want to go. Bomb is over in that direction. They're going to toss the smoke over that way. But now AZK, he's moving into B, and this is the stack. This could spell danger. As Spongy finds Marky. That's a weapon recovered, but Swag has moved up towards Highway. There's going to be no one here. Bomb should go down, but he's taking a lot of time to get there. AZK with one in mid finds a second. That's win down. Spongy as well. Ooh. Looks the wrong way on where the last player Caboose was. So now, can this AK and Galil, with no body armor, no armor? Why it just got to be the body? Can it actually clutch this round out? And the answer seems to be no. As Swag gets the kill onto Caboose, it's just going to be Floppy left alive, 19 HP with the Galil, goes for the shot, but GMD is going to find him instead. 6-4 FYB, starting to even up the score line. Vision Gaming enough to purchase into this one, and Quinn going to be stuck on an MP9. Otherwise, 3 MP4s and an op for Land Hero. Land Hero playing over towards B. Gets smoked off the angle. Interesting spot for him to take, and we'll see if this might come into play. It's Marky, the one that's making noise over towards B, but didn't want to commit. And for FYB, looks like mid control is what they seek. Over by White Box is Floppy, a Spongy. Boosted up on top of Shroud, mid left open. So Vision feeling pretty confident with these positions, leaving Spongy up on Shroud watching Highway. One playing close towards Toxic. They did rotate a third over towards the B site, but Bomb is actually working up towards mid. Quinn winning a fight against AZK. MP9 from that range winning against the AK. MP9 winning again from that range against an AK. Floppy's gonna find another. The round's over? What is that from FYB? I couldn't even bring any hype in for Vision because it just seems so strange. I mean, losing 2 battles to an MP9 down Highway, right? It's not something that should have happened. And just immediately after, all 3 players fell. And Vision Gaming, I could be misremembering, but not a single casualty in the round as well. And FYB left to force down. Not really a great buy, and not leaving their money in the best position for next round either. Still the force here means an eco tomorrow. I say tomorrow, I mean next round. But FYB slowly working their way towards that B site. All the utility usage going down now, and all that's left is to see if they can hold true with these CZs. Marky's going to do his job. He finds his frag, Swag with his as well. All it takes, one frag from each player, a team ace. Of course, with GMD already dead, it's not going to be possible. Bomb hasn't made its way to site just yet, but that's next up on the docket. Envision Gaming somehow are now locked out of the B bomb site. There's no more utility to use for FYB, and that could be their downfall. So it's just going to come down to the raw aim, and Floppy gonna find AZK. Spongy win with two more. Marky trying his best, but just not enough. And FYB close but no cigar. 8-4 the scoreline. And now you're in an even weirder situation. This round you're supposed to just eco and then buy up in the next. But getting the bomb plant means a little extra money. Do you just go for pistols? Do you just force down and buy what you can? It looks like the pistol route is what they're going to choose to go. Where they're going to choose to go. Early mid presence taken by Spongy, hanging out behind the smoke. Land Hero finds an opening pick on to Marky as Quinn with the second up, finding Hunter. It's GMD towards the mid garage, about to take an engagement with Spongy. Actually, better of it. He's gonna back out. Swag finding one on the A bomb site towards Fork. Picks up the off from Quinn. It's AZK. Swag try to see what they can do to get onto the site. Floppy is gonna find AZK though. Floppy's gonna find two. Spongy finishes it off. And for Vision, that is a nice, clean round. They did lose one player. They did lose the op, too. So, not able to recover for the double op. But, round number 14 here. Take a quick look at their money. They could actually be in a weird situation next round if they don't win it. Vision Gaming, that is. FYB will be in a pretty bad situation if they can't pick this one up. So pivotal round going into the half. This one can determine which team can potentially pick up two, but Spongy and Floppy combined for three. GMD, AZK, and Hunter down, and Vision are firmly in control of this map. Land Hero adding one more in for good measure. That's Marky down. Just left up to Swag. He does find the first kill, but had way too much to find in that one. 10-4 the scoreline. And for FYB, looking a lot more like Nuke than it is Overpass. Remember, Vision actually on their T side of Nuke put up 13-2. For FYB, with this buy, 2 CZs, 2 Galils, and an AK can't pick up this round. 11-4 is not a great place to be. Players on FYB want to go towards A. 2 players for Vision that way. Floppy going to be holding towards white box. Swag with the AK starting to spam over from boost. He wants to get in a good position. But Floppy is there to make sure he stays at bay. Good utility usage so far onto the A site. Spongy and Win find a couple, but Hunter and AZK trade things back. Just like that, we have a 3v2. Swag going to be rotating in from Highway. Land Hero is back in A main. Caboose, though, as he finds Hunter. Can Swag really win this 1v3? He can't even get the first one. 11-4 for Vision, and Cash could be ending sooner than we expect. If Vision can take this pistol round, FYB will be in some quite the precarious situation. As the time continues to tick, my enunciation begins to get worse. but that's all right. We're 3 maps in. Well, we're 2.5 maps into a great best-of-3 series. First map going 16-7, the way of Vision Gaming, going up 1-0. After that overpass, a really tight affair, but FYB edging things out to get the victory over Vision. Now with the 11-4 lead, can FYB start to mount a comeback? I mean, look, you managed to get the pistol for FYB, right? And let's say you're up down 7-11 at that point. All it takes, you got one measly gun round between you and another eco buy. You could quickly be only down 2 rounds. Of course, there's a lot that needs to go right. It sounds so easy on paper, right? Oh, just win the pistol, dude. Come on. Win the next 2 rounds after. Come on, dude. Come on. It's so easy. You just got to put a little TLC into it. But FYB, we'll see what purchase they're going for. Hunter gonna get the smoke in the kit. Otherwise, body armor for everyone. For Vision, Land Hero going smoke and a flash and a P250. Early on, looks like an A hit from Vision. Smoke going over onto the A site. 3 members in B for FYB. But the rotate is coming in quickly, and this is good. They have opportunity to get in on this one. Swag is going to find one, although Fall. All this that fighting going on in middle. Floppy and Spongy find a couple for the Vision Gaming side. But Marky makes things even, or keeps things even with his frag. Bomb gets planted on the A site, completely fooled our FYB. And that's big. I mean, now they're on the retake. They do have a kit. Still a tough situation to be in if you're FYB. But how do you get into this? They're working their way up towards highway. Smoke gonna go by the bomb, not really on it. See if they choose to push and challenge that. GMT finds the first. Hunters can start getting off of this bomb. But GMT finds one. Land Hero is gonna clean things up with that P250. 12-4 Vision. And now the eco for FYB. I mean, they could force here. And actually, it looks like that's going to be the case for them. I mean, I guess you're kind of forcing to the end at this point. You're down 8 rounds. So an eco here, they don't want to put them on 13. They don't want to allow Vision to feel comfortable getting into this. So going for the risky play, and risk it is indeed. Over on the A site, everyone from Vision starting to charge through. They've already taken the first half of the site. Can these Deagles CZs anything? Can FYB find anything in this round? But Swag already falling to the hands of Floppy. Spongy with one, Floppy with another. Marky, the only pick going in FYB's favor this entire round. I said that as Hunter finds one more, but this seems like it's the end of the road for FYB. And I mean, the stakes were high. They are the #2 seed. Vision Gaming coming into this as underdogs. Only 3 rounds away from knocking FYB out of the MDL Season 28 playoffs. The winner of this does go on to play Gorilla Gang, one earlier today. But Vision in cruise control. FYB now with the eco round. Caboose finds the first headshot onto Swag. Second one, Land Hero with the MAC-10. Caboose! It's an eco round, but they pad the stats all the same. 4 headshots, 4 kills. 18 and 10. Floppy and Win, though, both on 19 for Vision Gaming. So they are looking quite good. And actually, A little bit of miscalculation from my end. I thought that was round number 4 of this half. That was round number 3. So that was where the incredulousness came in with the forced buy for FYB. But turns out it was all but a sham. I lied to you guys. But still, this is the buy round, and already starting things off, Caboose finds one, although AZK trades him out immediately. Smoke's going down on the A site. Bomb is in Squeaky. Vision Gaming on a chance, have a chance to put themselves on 15. Land Hero finds one onto AZK, but Swag. Again, the trade frag's coming in, but Floppy finds 2. It's just Swag left in a 1v3. He finds the first, but gets one tapped by Floppy to finish it off. 15-4, and the money sucks for FYB. CZs as much utility as they can buy. AZK goes for no head armor and a FAMAS. Hunter, what is he gonna get? Only 6 and 17 right now. He's gonna go for the MP9, but this could be it, guys. Vision Gaming may move on to the semifinals here in season 28. Five AKs and Caboose. Again, the opening frags are nuts for this guy. Gets one pick. AZK taking some shots, but then falling off the angle. Over by Whitebox. Man advantage for Vision as they want to work their way onto the B site. Still baiting presence in mid though. Keeping some of the rotations out. And for Vision Gaming, they can close it out right here, right now. Land Hero finds GMD on the site. The get down onto it. Bomb hasn't gone down just yet. Molotov to block him out of heaven. There goes the bomb down. Huynh finds one more. It's a 2v5. AZK and Hunter. Do they have any chance in this round? Smoke's gonna block off tree. Heaven blocked off as well. Just so much utility for Vision. FYB are looking absolutely locked out of this one. They do have a kit, but AZK is gonna go down. Hunter as well, and that is Vision Gaming taking down the number 2 seed FYB to put themselves in the semifinals of ESEA MDL Season 28. And what a match it was. It took all 3 maps, and it was electrifying throughout, although falling a little short, falling flat on cash was FYB. Still a solid run for them this season. I think they're going to be disappointed that they couldn't at least make it to the semifinals, or even a team like that, you know, number 2 seed, players like Swag and AZK on your team. You're even maybe thinking grand finals for them, but they are not going to make it there this time. Take a quick peek before we close out the stream, guys. Plug your ears if you don't want any spoilers. I'll give you a couple of seconds, but we got Bravado versus Dignitas, one of the other quarterfinal games. That actually going the way of Bravado. Last I checked, that was in double overtime on map 3, and it looks like Bravado prevailed. So taking down Dignitas, who was the number 1 seed in this. So both the top 2 seeds falling in this. Monsters taking down Vareo Pro 2-0. So Bravado versus Monsters is going to be the first semifinal matchup, and Gorilla Gang versus Vision the second. I believe that both of those matches are going to be casted by ESEA. So take a look out on HLTV if you want to catch those games. Otherwise, if possible, we might try to get some coverage of that game, of one of those 2 games, should ESEA not be able to cast them. So drop a follow on this channel. Keep an eye out for any casts. Look for us on the match page on HLTV. And also, you know, just to send off, my name is Voxday. Nisel has been doing a great job of the observing. Check us out on Twitch at Vox with 10Xs. I think it's probably going to be up on the little splash screen we have at Nisel for Nisel. Drop us a follow too if you like what we're doing. And otherwise, guys, we hope you're going to enjoy the semifinals, and we'll see you next time.